I had kept for 40 years. A napkin, 2 napkins, we were dating, and we were in Pizza Hut, and he scribbled the formula for how fast a raindrop falls. My name is Catherine Thompson.
And I'm Dave Thompson.
And this is our home.
I began what I thought was going to be a process of interviewing 2 or 3 different firms that could take care of both design and ideally construction. And my first stop was AV. And that was my only stop because I was so impressed with Francisca and Tony. The chemistry just felt right. Maybe the second meeting, I came in with some hand-drawn ideas for what the 3 levels might look like. Tony and Francisca took those, worked on them for a week or 2. We got back together for the 3rd meeting, and they had a computer model at that point.
Their technology could help us have an idea of, well, if we did this, this is what it's going to look like, and that was really helpful.
And in fact, there were renderings produced fairly early on, and if you compare those renderings to the actual situation today, I mean, they're almost identical. So that really helped quite a bit. They were always available, you know, when I had a question or wanted to come in to revisit some earlier decision we'd made that I had started to worry about. You know, that was easy to do. So I really appreciated that. Because there were all these different decisions, and within reason, we could choose almost anything we wanted. It was helpful to have samples in the AV office of many of the major items that we would be considering. And in those cases where it wasn't practical to have samples, or where we wanted to do something that was a little bit out of the ordinary, Francisca was kind enough to come with us and arrange the appointments with the tile company or the...
She almost was like an interior decorator. That again goes back to my original statement of this is one-stop shopping. I think the advantage of having a builder and an architect in one place solves all those problems. You're able to have more flexibility in how you communicate, how you get together. Doing it the way we did it with AV Architects was perfect for us because we did not want to go searching all over the place and then trying to coordinate everybody.
I brought a friend by one time to look at the house while it was under construction, and he had more experience than I did. But we were both impressed with the quality of the craftsmanship of the house as it was built, and now 6 months later, it remains so. I mean, it's just first rate in the quality of the construction.
Well, what his friend did, who does dabble in his own construction, he was very impressed with the drywall. He said something funny like that's a quality drywall.
Yeah.
I'm a stickler for clean. And one of the things that impressed me the most is when I walked in, not even just the site outside, but just the basics. Everything was clean. There was no McDonald's bags all around. There was no water bottles and trash thrown all over. I can honestly say that I know behind my walls, there is not trash. And that was important to me. Even the outside, there was no trash. Everything was always picked up and nice. We've had a few people over and they've all been in awe. The house itself lends itself to be contemporary, but not in a cold way. My favorite part of the house, I think, is where I'm sitting right now. I'm comfortable seeing everything around me. My kitchen, I can see outside, I can see out back. I feel connected to the whole house from here.
This is this real center of life in our house, and so I agree.
Not your library?
Well, I was going to say, in addition, my office and library are pretty close runners up. Because those came out really nicely for what I wanted.
But I tell my friends, one of my favorite rooms, and this is funny, is the utility room downstairs. Everything is labeled.
All the switches.
Every switch, every pipe, everything. Everybody that goes in there goes, wow. I know where it all is. I know how it all works. It's all identified. It's great.
We added an elevator, which was Catherine's idea, strongly endorsed by Francisco.
It took some work.
Took some work to convince
because
me.
We've never had that, but I knew if you're going to build a house this size, you better put an elevator in. We've been in the house now 6 months. So if something comes up and I have a question, I do not have any problem asking, what should I do about this? What do you think? And she's always been there for me. I can't say I had that experience in my other homes.
Yeah.
I think it's a nice relationship. Like I said, I don't feel like we were just, here's your house, goodbye. She's my friend.
And our daughter was just here this past weekend to see it for the first time, and she really loves it.
Yeah, it blew her away.
Yeah.
Because it's so different. She was impressed that we had such good taste.
That's her mom's doing. We had very high expectations, and it more than lived up to those expectations.
I think we're considered their most favorite clients.
You probably are, but Francisca probably still rolling her eyes, thinking about some of my design ideas.
That's the aerospace in him.
Tony and I were on the same wavelength.